It's your friendly math tutor, Miss C here, to convert general form of a quadratic function to vertex form using the completing the square method. So we have our equation written in general form right here, y equals x squared minus 14x plus 45, and our goal is to get it written in vertex form, which looks like this. So one of the things we're going to notice first is there is an a value here in vertex form. Our a is always attached to our x squared term, and what you're going to notice is nothing is written there. In math, when nothing is written, it means that a is 1. So in this video, we're going to be looking at how to complete the square when a is 1. It's a little different when a is not 1. Make sure to check out my other videos to learn how to complete the square when a is not 1. So let's go ahead and go. So here is how I like to complete the square. The first thing I like to do is divide my equation into two sides, the left side and the right side, because what I do to one side of an equation in math, I do to the other. My first step is going to be to get all of my x terms. So that would be x squared and negative 14x on one side, and then everything else. So that would be moving my constant term of 45 to the other side. So to move 45 to the other side, I'm going to do the opposite of adding, also known as the inverse operation, which means I'm going to subtract 45 from both sides. And now I'm going to rewrite my equation into a neater form. So y minus 45 equals x squared minus 14x. This method is called completing the square because it involves making a perfect square. So the way we make our perfect square is we look at our b term. So as a reminder, the leading coefficient is a, this term, negative 14, is b, and then our constant is our c term. So we're looking at our b term, which is negative 14, okay? And we're going to cut it in half. So negative 14 divided by 2 is negative 7. Now we are going to square negative 7 because we are making a perfect square. So negative 7 squared is 49, positive 49. So I'm going to add 49 here. So just a word of caution, if you ever do this and get a negative perfect square, you messed up. You can only end up with a positive number here because you're squaring the whole number. So this, whatever gets put here, will always be addition. All right, so in math, what I do to one side of an equation, I do to the other. I just added 49 to the right side. That means I have to add 49 to the left side. All right, so we're getting close. So I'm just going to rewrite the left side so that my like terms of 49 and negative 45 are combined. So when I do that, I end up with y plus 4 equals. All right, I'm going to get ready to put this in my binomial that's squared form. This is always x here. And now all I'm going to do is I'm going to look at 49, and I am going to take the square root of 49, which is 7, and that number goes here. Now, the sign. The sign that goes in this binomial is always the sign in front of your b term, right? Because when I FOIL this out, right, or when I distribute this out, I have to get a negative 14 in the middle of this binomial. And the only way I can do that is if 7 is negative. So that is why there is a negative sign. So this sign always goes into the next binomial. Okay, we're almost there. So now we just need to get y on one side and everything else on the other side. That means I'm going to subtract 4 because I'm trying to isolate y now. What I do on one side, I do to the other. On this side, that makes a 0. Y equals, I've got my quantity x minus 7 quantity squared minus 4. You might be thinking, well, that was an awful lot of work. Why did I do that? Well, the reason we like writing things in vertex form, right, even though it's an equivalent form to general form, that means both this form and this form, they're equal. They give us different information. So vertex form gives us the vertex. Okay, and you can see here that we have h and k is the vertex. The way we do that to find the vertex here is we are looking for the x value that makes this binomial 0, and that is going to be the x coordinate of our vertex. And in this case, 7 minus 7 is 0, so 7 is our x coordinate. When this whole term is 0 right here, all that I have left that y equals is -4, and that's how I find my vertex. So the vertex is 7, -4, and because a in this case is +1, this is an upward facing parabola, which means that this represents the minimum value on our graph. Thank you for completing the square with me and finding the vertex of this quadratic function. Make sure to subscribe for more math videos. Till next time, remember, you've got this.